What's up, guys? You ever started towards a fitness goal and kind of just found it to putter out? Today, we're going to talk about 75 Hard, the value it brings, the value of routines, and how I changed my life with the program. Let's get into it. All right, guys, welcome back. To start, I want to say that I'm not sponsored by 75 Hard, and I'm not associated with Andy Frisella in any way. This video is to convey my excitement and appreciation for what the program can bring. So what is 75 Hard? 75 Hard is a program that's pretty rigorous, pretty intense, focused on exercise and building routines. It's started by Andy Frisella. He is the CEO of First Form, and he put this program out to really give people structure, results, and to build confidence with the results that they see when this program concludes and ideally transform their life. So I want to talk about my experience with that today. Now let's get into the program itself. There's a number of steps here that you need to take. The first of which is 2 separate 45-minute workouts every day. One of these is supposed to be outside. I say supposed to be. Now, this can be any combination of things. It can be weightlifting, jogging. I did a 3-mile-an-hour walk for my light cardio sessions on the treadmill. You could do yoga. You could really do anything that elevates your heart rate to the optimal BPM or beats per minute for fat burning. The next step is to drink a gallon of water every day. And it sounds like a lot, and it is, but once you get into the flow of things, it's really not that bad. And what I would suggest is getting something like this. I got this jug off Amazon. I'll include a link in the description. And really, it just helps you. It gives you timestamps, the amount of water that you've drunk, and it just keeps you on pace. So you just keep this in front of you every day is what I would encourage. Out of sight, out of mind. I have had to play catch up when I forgot it upstairs or something, and I was working, and at the end of the night, I got a chug, and that was involved waking up in the middle of the night a couple times, so here and there. So you really get used to the routine, and it's really not that bad. But the feeling that you get when you start getting on this regular routine of drinking all this water, your body actually works really optimally, and you feel so good, and you have more energy than you would otherwise. The next point is to read 10 pages of a nonfiction book every day. This really helps you to continue that self-growth, that personal growth that you really want to be pursuing all the time in life in general. This helps you to get into that routine, and 10 pages really isn't a significant time investment. The next step is to follow a diet, and this isn't talking about a single specific diet. This is really talking about having a wholesome, well-rounded diet that you follow every day. And I encourage people to go ahead and take a look at MyFitnessPal. It's a free app. There's a paid version, but it's really not necessary on iPhone and Android. And it lets you track your calories. It lets you track your macro breakdown if you go that far. You can really see the sodium intake and the sugar intake, and it breaks everything down in a really intuitive and usable way. And this really helps you to stay on track. And I guarantee if you haven't been tracking your food, you will be shocked when you see the impact of what you've been putting in and really how aware you are of the performance that your body gives you when you change your diet to be more wholesome. I recommend using the daily calorie target calculator we have on our Fit Thinking site, and I'll include that as a link in the description as well. You can go ahead and determine your goals. If your goal is to gain weight, it gives you your TDEE, or your target daily expenditure of calories, and it goes ahead and puts that at a 5% surplus for you. You can go ahead and say if you want to maintain, it'll give you your calories for that. Or likewise, if you want to go on a caloric deficit and you want to lose some weight in a really healthy way, you can choose your activity level, and you can say with all of this, your height, your weight, and what your activity level is, and then it will go ahead and tell you what are the calories that you should be taking. I've made that to have a 25% deficit to give you fairly accelerated results, but not in any way that's unhealthy. The next step here is no cheat meals, and this one is key in resetting your mind to appreciate the nutrition and let your body tell you what you should be eating based off of the nutritional needs you have. Cheat meals are defined as anything that deviates from your normal diet. So for me, and what I would encourage anyone else to do, is that includes no pizza, no greasy cheeseburgers, but homemade healthy options like, let's say, turkey burgers or something where it's 93.7 or it's 94.6 as far as a fat percentage. There are healthy options that work within your diet that are just fine. You can make your own sweet potato fries, cut them up, spray them with a little bit of olive oil, and then put them in the oven. And they're delicious. You can go ahead and get whole wheat buns and throw some tomatoes and romaine lettuce on there. Really great meals that are healthy and don't deviate, but they can still help you to satisfy your cravings. The next step is to take a daily progress picture. This one is, I think, one of the most important points, because once you get further on, it's so motivating to go ahead and take a look back at every day along the way, because I guarantee you, there will be a single day where you wake up and you say, holy shit, it's here. It happened. The results are here. They finally came through. For me, that was about day 53, and I have a photo of that. And I'll put it up once I summarize my results. But those are the points where you think, wow, I really did it. I really can do it. And I'm motivated to finish the journey and keep going. So those daily progress pictures are so important. What you need to do is take them in the same place at the same time within the same routine every day. I encourage you to take them first thing in the morning, after your morning bathroom break, and before you go ahead and have anything to eat. So your weight will always be the same, and you can know that you're really tracking your body at the same time, so you know those results are true. The next step here, and this will be hard for a lot of people, is cut out alcohol entirely. Now, it doesn't specify if you're in a legal cannabis state, if you cut that out. There's really no direction on that. However, alcohol, you need to cut that out 100%, no questions. And I tell you, it makes a big difference, and I'll cover that here in a minute as well. But it's pretty substantial, and you'll be surprised at how much more energy you have and how much more clear your mind is when it's gone entirely. And then failure to complete all of these steps every single day will require that you start again at day 1. So once again, it really incentivizes you to not mess around and make that mistake, because it would be awful to get to day 50, 60, 70, and then have a moment of weakness and have to start all over to complete the program. It would be terrible. All right, so I know it sounds like a pretty restrictive program. I really want to go over the purpose of it. And it's not just to give you a better body or get rid of the dad bod or whatever that is. The purpose of this is to help you build good routines and habits that you can carry on in your day-to-day life once the program concludes. So the question here then is, how does it help you build good routines? Well, finding the time and the discipline to complete all these every day will definitely help you appreciate the feeling of overcoming a challenge, while also helping you to optimize your time to allow for the things that you actually value. All of us are easily taken away from the things we want to spend time on with distractions like phones or games or Reddit or whatever that may be. This helps you to prioritize and recapture that time. Exercising every day is extremely important to staying healthy, as is eating a healthy diet. So not just for physique, but overall health and wellness. If you don't stay well when you're younger, you're going to be paying those checks later on in life when you have to go to the hospital or you have to go to the doctor more and more frequently. It's important to start early and take care of your body. And then cutting alcohol is surprisingly effective at providing an extremely positive change, regardless of how much you drink. You might find that you really enjoy the mental clarity you get by removing the alcohol, like I did. You might also find that you have higher energy levels all the time and an overall improvement in your level of happiness. So now let's get into the journey that I took and the results that I saw. So to start, here's a photo of me in July of 2020. And I wasn't particularly fat. I wasn't terrible. But once I saw this picture, I got pretty irritated. And I didn't like the way that I looked. And gosh, I just wasn't happy. In this photo, I was at my heaviest weight of 168 pounds. Now, as 2022 came along, my close friend Jared and my wife told me about 75 Hard, and I really felt like, gosh, I think this is something worth taking on. I'd heard about it. My wife told me about it before, and I just thought I need to change something up. So once I really looked into the program, and I just kind of flipped the switch in my mind, and I was like, all right, I'm all in. There's no way I'm going to fail. I'm just going to do it. So I started on January 1st of 2022, and I had the very clear mindset that failure was not an option. No matter what happened, I was not going to fail. So here's a photo of me at the start of my 75 Hard journey. I had lost 6 pounds and was down to 162 on January 1st of 2022. I didn't like what I saw here either. And it fueled me to really be targeted with these goals and push as hard as I could. I was going to be happier, I was going to be healthier, and have that six pack that I had always told myself in the past, you don't have it because genetics. You know, David, you're not destined to have one, so don't sweat it. You've tried and whatever.
Bullshit.
All right, so I told you I would show you day 53. Here it is. This is the point where I woke up on this day and I was like, wow, it's happening. It's really happening. And so I told one of my accountability partners, I was like, dude, check it out. I'm seeing the results. It's here. And I was just telling him how motivated I was. And that really helped me to push through and stay where I'm at right now, where I'm just laser focused on goals. And then we fast forward to March 17th of this year, 2022. Day 75, 147 pounds now, right here. Looking pretty lean. I was so proud of the way that I looked because I had never looked like this before. Yes, I did lose my hair in the process. Now, that wasn't due to anything with this. I had been losing my hair, particularly on the crown up here, for the last year and a half, 2 years, and it just really hit hard during COVID. And so I actually just decided to lean into it. I was pretty self-conscious about it, and I thought, screw it, I'm just gonna go for it. I don't want to think about my hair anymore. And it was one of the best decisions I made. So, where am I today? Obviously started on January 1st. It's now June 10th. What stuck? Almost all of it. So I'm still all in on daily workouts, but I do one a day now because my goal has shifted from toning up and losing weight to putting on weight because I really want to see how far I can push myself as far as mass. I'm still all in on nutrition, reading every single day and tracking everything, my workouts, my journaling, my food, my macros, everything. I still track all of it every day. I still haven't had a drink, and I've had exactly 2 cheat meals, just 2. Now, as far as fitness goes, I decided in early May that 147 pounds wasn't going to be enough for me. I wanted a greater fitness challenge and decided that I'm setting 2 goals. One for this year, and then one for next year. So the one for this year, by the end of 2022, I want to have run, at least once, 10 miles with an under 10 minute per mile average. I've never been a runner and my knee has given me a lot of trouble in the past. If you take a look at my workout injuries video, you'll see a sweet photo of that and the post-surgery photo from my torn meniscus. My second goal is to put on as much lean muscle as possible by September of 2023 and cut down to 7 to 8% body fat for a natural bodybuilding show. It's something that I've always thought was admirable, but I've never really pushed myself to meet any goal for it. And I'm not going to use any enhancements. I don't align with those. And I also just don't want to, I want to see what I can do on my own. I don't want to have something that's going to make it easier for me. So lastly, here's the most recent photo of me. Long time after 75 hard, still going at it. Can't stop, won't stop. I'm at it every day. So in conclusion, what have we covered here? Here's a TLDW. 75 hard is the real deal. There's no question about it. I've done it. 2 of my close friends have done it. One of them actually just finished this last week, and he told me he lost a total of 12 pounds. And he wasn't going balls to the wall, crazy intense, and he still lost 12 pounds and saw tremendous progress and feels better all the time. That's it, really. I love 75 hard. I'm a huge advocate for it. Like I said, I'm not associated with it at all, but I just love what it did for me. And I feel so productive, so energetic, so motivated to do everything that I ever wanted. And I'm finding ways to do it. So let me know what your thoughts are. Have you tried 75 hard? Did you have great results? Do you think it's stupid? Do you think it's kind of BS and you want to share your argument there? Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe. Let me know what I can do better, what I'm doing well, and I guess come back for more. I'm going to be putting these out every week. So get ready. All right. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Take care.